Alright guys, we're back for another AMA video on basically our tutorial masterclass exercise specifics. Today we're going to go through what I believe to be one of the best exercises for chest development, incline chest press. Again, like the previous videos, there are variations and there's not just one version that you can do that's going to be beneficial because it does come down to the individual. But when you're thinking from a position standpoint and how that targets specific muscle groups, when you're trying to get as much return out of an exercise as possible, I believe the incline chest press to be the best. And the reason I feel that so is because when you're performing an incline press, you get a lot of recruitment of obviously the chest itself, but then you do encourage a little bit of shoulder growth and a lot of tricep stimulation as well. So you're not just getting that chest development targeted, you're also getting secondary response from your anterior deltoids and your triceps as well, which are obviously all very, very important muscles on the bodybuilding stage. Flat chest press, flies, they all have their place, but if I was to pick one exercise and put it at the king, in the position of king for chest exercise, it's definitely going to be the incline. So I'm going to show you a few versions of incline that will be beneficial, and I'll explain why one might be preferred to another, depending on you, and why I think one is better than another, in my opinion. So let's have a look at some different variations. Barbell, where would your forearm travel? You keep it in the same path. The only difference is, like I said, on this one. All right guys, we're going to start with incline barbell press. If you look at some of your favorite bodybuilders of all time, Dorian Yates, Kevin Levrone, to name two, you'll notice that the incline barbell press was a massive component of their training. Gunther Schneerkamp, Marcus Raw, Chris Cormier, Arnold Schwarzenegger, all of them were hitting the incline barbell press. From an experience standpoint and knowing my own physique and knowing when I've had the most muscle developed, it's been when I've prioritized barbell press over anything else. First and foremost, obviously you want to get your setup right so that you're not too underneath the point of lift off, because if you're too under here and you lift off, then you have nowhere to press. So you don't want to be having to lower your hands to too low versus your chest, because then you're in a world of hurt basically. Look at where my shoulders are in relation to my forearms. On the bench, 2 inches of clearance from your lift off point, feet in a scorpion tail kind of position, so wrapping under you and firmly pressing into the floor, but not at the point they're lifting your hips off the seat. You do want your hips down. Scapula, you want them shoulders sitting nice and naturally down rather than up and uncomfortable. And then with your elbows, you want them to be in a slight kind of downwards position naturally that allows your shoulder blades to retract and press forward. You don't want to have them like this too much, and you don't want to have them like this too much. If you have them like this too much, you're just going to hit tricep and actually wear out your shoulders quite a lot. So obviously I didn't want to write off the incline dumbbell. I do think it's a good exercise and I think it's definitely worth doing, and if you find that a barbell feels uncomfortable, then perhaps try dumbbell, because listen, what I say to do is based on my personal experience and my personal preferences, but I know a lot of you that watch these videos will be like, yeah, I've tried that and it doesn't really work for me. So we'll have a little look at the dumbbells as well for your sake, because it could help you if you're someone that finds that uncomfortable. So my arm, my shoulder and my bicep all run at the same angle. Again, like I say, the incline is good to do because it has that correlation between working the chest majorly, but secondary shoulder muscles and triceps as well. I'll show you a little bit on this prime machine as well. The good thing about a prime machine, if you do have one, is they have the strength curve cam that you can adjust.